Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, what's up? I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Down. What is up, everyone?
Oh my God.
Welcome.
We're near the end. My brain is fried.
Welcome to the exciting conclusion of our conclusion of a series of the conclusion of the movie Street Fighter.
This episode is brought to you by whiskey.
We are super thrilled to have our good friend Andrew here with us in person.
Hey, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, dude.
I love being on the podcast. I love listening to the podcast. Hanging out with you guys is fun, whether I'm here or not.
We're going to do it again for sure, because there's endless selection of movies.
Yeah, and this movie is stupid, which is right up my alley.
You tell us the next one you want to do, and we'll do it.
Set it up.
Yeah, man.
Set it up. This is the last part in our series. It's been a wild ride, as I'm sure the making of this movie was.
Oh, fuck.
I don't even know. How do you tell anyone what we've covered, the ground we've covered?
I'm going to try to do the barest of bones recap. Basically, you got there's some sort of international conflict between M. Bison's evil army and the
Mark Bison
and the
Marion Bison,
Martellus Bison, and you got the good guys, the Allied nations led by Colonel Guile. So basically, it's just Bison's taking some hostages. Guile and other assorted good guys, Ken and Ryu, Chun-Li and her camera crew, want to come in and rescue them and defeat Bison, and that's all that fucking matters.
Yeah, Guile has staged some sort of terrible plan to he wanted to distract by sending the main force of the AN army, and then he was going to sneak in, but then they got there first and the army hasn't landed yet. It's none of that made sense.
It's all the plan that he laid out is not the plan that's happened, but basically there's a full-on war going on right now. There's a few good guys inside the base, more good guys outside the base, and there's fighting happening everywhere.
Yeah, I think the only other thing worth mentioning is that Blanca and Dhalsim are in the dungeon where Dhalsim is convinced Guile not to kill Blanca because
the monster.
He's got the mind of a child and doesn't know right from wrong, and that Ken and Ryu have parted on bad blood because Ken's not honorable and Ryu is.
If you were interested, Dhalsim's lost all his hair, and none of this stuff happens.
That hasn't happened yet. We haven't seen him bald yet.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
We haven't seen him bald. He shows up next time we see him. I think he's bald.
All right.
Which doesn't make any
what
sense.
the fuck just happened?
Never mind then.
Do you
It
think
doesn't
it was
matter. None of this happens in the video game.
We'll talk about it later.
Well, the thing
but
that
is it the mutagens?
Well, yeah, it was that. Is that he was supposed to have been driven mad. They wanted him to be mad scientist, and the effects of the mutagen had caused him to pull out his own hair.
It should have been patchy then. It should not have been just
and bloody. You'd think.
Or what if it was just the mutagen made your hair fall out?
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
That's what I assumed. I guess
it's
said, Nair.
The guy said
he
basically all he said and it didn't get patched that way together in the final product, obviously.
Yeah.
But that he essentially he was asking himself these questions as an actor, but then he sort of took stock and looked around him and said, "You know what? I'm gonna shut up and enjoy the Die Hard. I'm gonna do what they tell me to do." So
Thank you again, Josh Wilkins, for giving me that phrase.
That's right, baby.
It's we never shot that hair pulling. Fuck it. The check is the same either way.
That's right.
Bison.
So we pick up. We're down in the lab. Dhalsim's trying to stop Blanca from tearing guys apart. AN troops, meanwhile, have breached the compound. Honda and Zangief are still duking it out, flinging each other through walls and generally being just large people. In Bison's chamber, Guile climbs up on a catwalk, swings across to another catwalk, runs toward a door which opens to reveal Jack Burton style some Wincong folks, like armed bison troops who all like whip guns at him.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, he pulls out a tiny knife. Where'd you get that? See, and this seems to terrify the bison goons, who all start backing away. Guile thinks he's a badass and the goons are afraid of him.
Yeah.
But the shot pulls back and reveals a large force of AN troops and Cammy and T-Hawk behind him.
I feel like Cammy is like the MVP for the AN forces.
Big time.
Honestly, I think it's kind of great that like Cammy and Chun-Li
are leading
the
charge.
standouts of like the ones who seem to have their shit together.
Way to go, Steve D'Souza.
But like, I do like they're getting shit done while like the dudes are posturing and making speeches.
Yeah,
like literally
pissing contests.
Van Damme doesn't realize that he's being made a caricature of himself at this moment. Like that he's ineffective. His balls are shrunk from roids and coke. Anyway, Cammy says that the enemy's been pushed back, but there are skirmishes on every level. Oh, and there's no sign of Bison. Guile says he's probably hiding. Suddenly, Bison pops up on the video array screens asking why he should hide and what does he have to fear from Guile and worker ants, quote, who scurry about with pitiful weapons afraid of the purity of unarmed combat.
Except that he's hiding.
Right, exactly. So Guile tells...
while he's walking and talking, the camera's panning.
Come out from behind the curtain, wizard.
Someone is working that camera.
Yeah.
Like someone is behind the camera in the chaos.
Yeah.
Like, you keep that camera focused on me. That's your job, soldier.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
Yeah, Guile tells him to come out and throw down. Bison swings across to the catwalk himself. While taking his shirt off, Guile asks, "Are you man enough to fight with me?" To which Bison replies, "Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed."
There we
now
go.
We're talking.
We get a catchphrase.
We get both those. Those are both fighters'
those are both their
catchphrases,
victory
I think.
lines.
I love that.
I do too.
This is what we want.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any street fighting in the whole fucking movie yet.
No.
We are just now getting down to the street fighting.
It's not a street fight. It's a
no,
temple
it's not.
fight.
It's catwalk fight. Yeah. None of the good guys seem to think that Guile can beat Bison for some reason, but Guile's like, I got this, and you should get the hostages.
No, T-Hawk. This is what we both want. Yeah, I love all that.
This is how wars are settled.
And
FDR kicked Hitler's ass.
Mano a mano. Let's go.
So yeah, so
and
he says
Hirohito.
Yeah, exactly. So Guile says, if I'm not done with Bison in 15 minutes, the pizza's free. To evac without me. Guile and Bison both order all of their drones out of the room.
I don't even know what's happening right now. It's almost like whoever wins this fight will just say that's the winner of the war.
They really could have saved everyone a whole lot of trouble had they just been like, all right, well, this is going to be a David and Goliath situation. You, the Philistines, and we, the Israelites, will just fight in this circle, and then whoever wins
we'll do trial
wins
by
the
combat.
war.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Bison says Guile's made him a happy man. Guile says he's going to make him a dead man. Guile lands the first punch, and we get the first JCVD muscle porn of the whole movie with that close-up of his bicep with Old Glory on it.
That was the first moment that I realized that, like, holy shit, this Guile is supposed to be American?
Right.
Like, I mean, I know Guile in the game is American, but like, I just figured in the course of this film, why the fuck are we pretending like Guile is American? I just don't even understand why.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
why
repurposed
would you,
everyone else's
that's
nationality.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
Why not just make him another nationality then? Like, because he's clearly not American.
Well, the UN is... I mean, the UN is in New York, but I assume that like a NATO type force is in Europe.
Yeah, it is.
They could be Belgian or French or any fucking shit. Anything but American.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's the same reason Frank Dukes is, quote, American. His family repatriated to California to be wine growers.
And Kurt Sloan. Or no, is it Kurt Sloan?
No, it's Frank Dukes.
No, but who's Kickboxer?
Oh, yeah, that's Kurt Sloan.
Mm-hmm. But you're American. What?
What? No, he's
not. What the fuck is the matter with you?
Where's your brother's accent?
But he was raised in Europe.
Yeah, but no one would hear him speak and say, "Oh, you're clearly American."
Yeah.
Okay.
So elsewhere, the leader of the main AN force, what's his name again? Sawada.
This is the Japanese. We've entered the Japanese language portion of the film.
Yeah. Sawada's kicking ass when another AN soldier interrupts and lets him know that they've tapped into the enemy security system. When the system comes online, it's video of Zangief and E-Honda wrestling in the model of Bisonopolis, complete with Godzilla sound effects.
More computer programming.
Yeah.
This is Sawada's big moment. Consists of watching a security monitor.
Befuddled.
Like this
Making
is his
fun of Japanese cinema.
This is the end of his story arc. Is I'm gonna now watch Honda and Zangief fight.
I don't care for this because it's not sumo wrestling. It's not grappling.
It's not wrestling.
In like Russian wrestling,
They're
like
just
a
pushing
Russian.
each other.
It's a Godzilla movie. It's just like arms waving.
But like these are two legitimate trained fighters theoretically.
Yes.
And they just kind of make them into fat jokes, and I don't care for this.
I agree.
I had sort of forgotten even about the existence of this fight because so much shit's going on.
Yeah. If anything,
right, they're fighting somewhere.
I want Zangief to have a fucking badass like lightning bolt chest hair.
No, they tried to do that.
They tried to show
right?
it, but it didn't look good.
It didn't look great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so back in the command center, Guile is wailing on Bison. Bison manages to finally grab Guile, and it looks like he's going to do his thing, but instead he just flings them.
By his thing, you mean just like you grab him by the throat and just squeeze.
Yeah. But instead, he flings them both over the railing and onto the hover platform.
I mean, that's a byproduct, though, of Raul Julia not being able to train at all, right? He couldn't actually fight, so
they just had to do what they could.
It's like your move is just you grab a dude by the throat, then, and you don't really have other moves.
There's more back and forth, and Bison tells Guile he's going to have to do better. Guile says, "Okay," and kicks him into the giant bell, which is on Bison's level of the video
Absolutely.
game.
There's a big
bell. That was for Charlie. And then he whacks his head against, that was for my soldiers. And then he keeps whacking his head against it. Finally, Bison gets a kick in that knocks Guile off the platform, but Guile catches himself on the underside, manages to knock Bison off the platform. Now they're both
terrible blocking.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
all of a sudden
terrible.
Guile's back up on the platform and we never saw that happen.
Right.
The like complete series of kicks though is totally how I played Street Fighter. Like if a move was working and it was like
just do the same kick over and over
just
again.
Keep doing it until like
why not?
Here's what I would do with Ryu. Instead of wasting time fighting Bison like normal, I would stand in the same spot and just jump kick him every time he made an approach. And if he did Psycho Crusher, I'd fireball him.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest way to kill him. Beat him every time. Anyway, so now both on the ground, Guile keeps roundhouse kicking Bison. Then we get a cut to Balrog and Chun-Li. They're whipping bad guys' asses and asking where hostages are.
This is the moment where Balrog has boxing gloves now.
Yeah. And
where they come from, we don't know.
Yeah.
No. And why he's wearing them. Like that seems like a less effective way to hurt a person.
You're sparing
I don't know.
your
Grab
opponents.
a gun, stupid. Like,
yeah. But if I'm going to hit somebody, I want to hit them with my hard knuckles, not a soft boxing glove.
Agent Johnson?
I can live with that. So back in the command center, Bison seems to have found some strength again because he's literally throwing Guile around. There's more back and forth again before Guile does 2 actual flash kicks from the game.
Except there was no like visual effects to it.
But they're still badass.
He did the rowdy move. Yeah, that was awesome.
This is the moment that I'm like, yes!
Yeah, it was finally. It was like a flash
ass.
kick, finally. Yeah, and he does 2 flash kicks, and then Guile knocks Bison back into a control panel, which it seems for a moment that Bison's dead.
He gets electrified. We get the shitty blue lightning, which is your jam, though. Blue lightning effects.
Yeah, blue lightning rules.
But I've never seen it look this bad before.
It looks super
They probably
cheap.
did it in like
It was
12
rushed.
minutes.
Yeah, it was like, how fast can we render this?
Guile finds a small video communication device.
No, he had taken off his like harness when he was getting ready to fight. So, but what the fuck is this thing?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. It looks like an RC controller with a screen built into it.
That was like a Game Gear.
It seems
or
pretty
something.
reckless to like FaceTime in the middle of a fight.
Totally agree.
That's like
why didn't you
not
check
part of the
that
plan.
He's dead. He contacts Cammy. Cammy's like,
if he had been dead, it would have been like the most underwhelming death ever.
She asks how everything's going. He says, I'm half dead. And she asks how Bison is. He says he's all dead. Cammy tells Guile that there are still skirmishes on every level, but the reinforcements are about to land. Meanwhile, a screen flashes on a message in the background that Bison's life support system is coming online, and it starts to administer CPR and gives him
like a
defibrillator. Yeah, defibrillator.
And then there's like an adrenaline shot.
His technology is amazing.
Yeah.
I
Bison
don't
knows
know.
what's up.
What do you make of this turn of events of like him having all this tech built into his suit? Do you like it?
It makes me wish that they had made more out of him being cybernetic from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish that he had been like robot down, like a General Grievous type situation.
Or Darth Vader or whatever.
Or a Darth Vader. Like that would have made more sense to me as to why he's so strong, why he's so capable.
And they could have done it with sound effects. Like when he lifts people, if they'd made like some noises and stuff like that. Like his suit is like an exoskeleton or something.
Biff from the future.
Or like Biff from the
When he's
future.
had like
Exactly.
implants.
Yeah, anything like that would have been
Biff
great.
plants.
Anyway, Biff plants. So while Guile's talking, Bison rises in the background. Guile turns around and is absolutely dumbfounded. Bison holds up his hands and shoots dark force lightning and blasts Guile across the room.
He's the emperor.
It looks fucking shitty. As I said, it's just like they had perfected those effects a decade before this, more than a decade.
I mean,
before
perfected is like maybe strong, but like, yeah. And
Remember how
83,
good
they had done that.
looked better.
Remember how good the lightning looked in Big Trouble?
Remember how good
Ooh,
it
yeah.
looked in fucking
Return
Return of the Jedi.
I mean, like if you slow draw it on somebody, then yeah. But if you have 15 minutes to throw something together,
So you think they're just throwing it on?
Oh, yeah,
like
I
throwing
think
the effect
so.
on computer.
I think it was like, fuck, we got 2 weeks before this shit's
Yeah.
supposed to be in theaters.
Yeah. So we cut to DJ opening a safe in Bison's office. He finds a large box and flees. He's very happy about finding the box. Just
Yeah,
then,
why would he? I guess it stands to reason that there's valuables inside, but like, why not look in the box before you run out of there? I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, just then Ken runs in, apparently also looking for the safe. So Ken doesn't find anything, but he's like, there must be something. So he finds a golden Buddha statue,
Which seems valuable as fuck if it's gold.
I read something that it was supposed to resemble a statue in the game, and I think it's the statue in Bison's level that you can break when you're fighting.
oh, like on the sides,
I
but those were
think-
tall.
Yeah, but I think it's supposed to be like a miniature
There were
version of
weird
Oh.
touches, like earlier when they were in Sagat's lair and he had like the reclined Buddha,
them. Yeah.
except that it's like turned into a really busty woman, like
see,
just
that,
gigantic
Yeah.
tits on the thing.
Busty Buddha's cool.
Busty
wasn't in the
Buddha. Put that on your band name list.
Yeah.
Busty Buddha.
La la la
Yes.
la 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 la.
If it was a gold statue, it'd be prohibitively heavy.
Right.
Right?
So then he finds a computer that he can punch through like video feeds,
He's
looking for a
proficient
way
at
out.
this operating system.
It's so
It's
stupid.
like touchscreen shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
He sees different live video feeds of fighting inside the compound. Then he pauses when he sees Ryu walking into a room where Vega and Sagat are about to get the drop on him.
And he just grabs a little CB, thinking like, I guess I just talk into this and he'll hear me.
So stupid.
This is so hang a Yui, amigo. Like this is the this is the worst line of the
He
movie.
tries to warn Ryu to no avail. In the locker room, Vega gets the drop, indeed, on Ryu and cuts him with his claw.
The continuity was a nightmare in this.
This
Yeah,
whole
it's like
part
this-
is a disaster.
this whole
Ryu
thing
had his
hurts.
gi on fully, and then they cut to a close up of like he's got his gi open, no belt on, with the claw slashing
Tits
his
out.
like abdomen,
Tits out.
tits out, and it's just like, I mean, there was like some sort of story about the second unit, and like they were so far behind that they're like, second unit, go shoot some of the fight shit. But then when D'Souza saw how it had come out, he was like, "Oh my god, this is unusable." So he went back to reshoot
That
the fight shit.
sucks.
So I think they shot it like 2 or 3 different times, and
That's
then they tried
brutal.
to. The poor editors, those 5 poor bastards, are trying to splice it all together in a way that makes sense.
Were they all editing at the same time, or was it 5 in sequence?
You know what? That's a great call. If they were so up against it about the release date, maybe they did have like, you take the first 15 minutes, you take the second 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, we're
I
so
don't know-
far behind, we got to get this shit edited in a jiffy.
I don't know how that works. If you have like a single person, or if you have like in
In
sequence.
a perfect world,
In
you'd
a
have
perfect
a,
world,
just
a
you'd have-
one person
person.
with the director in the room with them,
And they go
telling
through.
them, I like this take, I like that take, add a frame, lose a frame. Yeah.
Interesting.
Didn't turn out like that in this movie.
No.
Anyway, we see that Vega has been carrying around his mask, which he
Where
puts
did he
on
get
to-
that mask and claw from?
Ass.
I think that they let him.
Hit
They let
it
him,
up his ass?
they let him go back and get it.
Do you think he must add another, right? He must add duplicates or something.
Multiple.
He had-
multiples?
He had him hidden all over. He had a
'Cause, I mean, I
bamboo
assume he
claw
got-
in the prison.
That's true.
He got busted in the cage fight, so I assume he lost that one when the
He
forces
probably-
ran.
my-
But he probably
my
had
guess-
another one somewhere.
He probably just said, "Hey, Bison, I got
Maybe-
this thing, right? I got a claw and a mask. Could I get some replacements?" And Bison's like, "Yeah,
Maybe
no
he had him at
problem."
like that thieves market or whatever.
Yeah,
he had
and the
another.
thieves' den.
Yeah, he bought some more.
So he puts on his mask to fight Ryu, asking in a disembodied voice that clearly doesn't belong to that guy.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Poor Vega.
Ryu.
I feel bad for that
Ryu-
dude.
Yeah, I do too.
He never got to say a line
That's
of
what I'm saying. Is
dialogue.
he must have no on-screen.
I thought for
prowess.
sure, oh, this dude must be like a real Spaniard or whatever he is. And like that dude's been in some other shit. He's always playing a Native American. I think he does. I think he's a Native American heritage.
Tavares or Tavares
Yeah,
is his name.
he's all over. He's all over. Like he still works and does shit. He's holding it together, dude. He looks better than me without a shirt on.
Yeah,
And he's
so does
probably-
everyone else. Well, sorry, not for
No,
you.
me-
I meant for
me-
myself.
no,
I
me too, though.
apologize.
He looks better than all of us.
I want to make sure you're a handsome man, Kevin. No one's
Oh,
ever
thanks,
seen you. I
babe.
don't know.
Thanks, dude.
Vega's been carrying around his mask this whole time, which he puts on in time to fight Ryu, asking first, once he puts it on and you can no longer see his face, where were we? And Ryu kicks him and says, you were losing. But we have to remember that they've never fought.
They've never traded blows.
The tank with the nukes came in.
That's
it came in during... if only they hadn't done a 60-second countdown to the start of the fight.
Yeah,
they could have gotten a little fighting.
They could have fought the whole fight by then.
So I'm wondering if there was fight choreography that happened and they just never used it because it probably looked shitty.
Yeah.
That's possible as hell.
Yeah. So back to Guile and Bison. Guile, laid out by Force Lightning, asks, what happened to the purity of unarmed combat? Bison says, this? You should know. It's superconductor electromagnetism. The same shit that levitates bullet trains in Japan and shit. And my hovering desk and also me. What?
Yeah, then he starts to float, right? Which is at least true to the video game.
His boots glow. Moderately. He floats off the ground backwards so he can build distance, so he can do his first Psycho Crusher of the movie at Guile.
In slow motion.
And this happened several times. Psycho Crushers.
There's plenty of time for him to get out of the way.
Yeah, Guile could fucking move. Just move.
What in the game, was he powered like by science or by magic?
He just, I think it's cybernetics. Like he blew fires himself across something.
And he'd like light you up, like you turn into a man
burst
on
into
fire.
Flame. You burst into flame.
Oh, and it's kind of similar to like E Honda, who had that like flying move where he would like
the headbutt thing.
Yeah, the headbutt thing, and he would like fly across the screen at like super speed. It wasn't something you could like get out of the way of. This is like, I'm gonna float backwards and then kind of lazily float towards you.
Like just a flying punch.
Or I mean, just, I don't know, lay down flat on the ground. Just lay down. Yeah, exactly. So back in the locker room, while Vega and Ryu are fighting, Sagat joins the fray. This double team goes on for a while until out of nowhere, Ken sucker punches Sagat.
Yeah, man.
Ken and Ryu get into double dragon position to take on the bad guys, but not before removing their bison paraphernalia.
They ripped those bison patches off, baby.
Like Ryu jerks his gi off here.
Jerks the what?
He jerks his gi off.
So I like, at least they did the service of putting Vega and Ryu against each other, because those two actually knew how to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other two clearly didn't have any training.
Which is the opposite of what it should have been, though. Like Vega and Sagat and Ryu have beef.
Yes, I can't for the life of me understand why Ryu and Sagat aren't fighting. That's the marquee matchup of the game.
Except that poor Wes Studi never got trained to fight.
No one did.
Yeah.
You either came already knowing how to fight, or you were going to look shitty.
Yeah.
And then at one point during this, Ryu does what looks like a fireless Hadouken on Vega that sends him flying across the room.
Hadouken!
But then
they put a little quick flash of white, but they didn't.
Yeah.
That's it.
Vega immediately does a kip up and does his patented barrel roll slash. Roll
I
love
slash. That shit. Like, now we're seeing actual video game moves.
But the Hadouken wears me out. It's not a fireball.
No.
And it's,
that would have just been like he double palmed you to the abdomen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like an up close.
And if you're going to do that, like really just buy into this is a supernatural world and we're going to not abide by the rules of science.
That's the thing, is that like you'd think that they'd made that decision, but then in the other room, Bison's using force lightning.
But
Blanca's in the basement.
They even they stupidly tried to explain how Bison got that.
Superconductor electromagnetism.
Yeah, like that's dumb. Don't explain it. Just let me have it.
I mean, shouldn't it, at the very least, shouldn't Ryu have said Hadouken when he hit him?
Yes.
Like, thank you.
Well, he didn't say anything. It was like, it was just terrible.
Yeah,
it was fucking awful.
Sucks. Vega tries another barrel roll, but Ryu catches
the barrel
his cloud
roll is an
hand.
inefficient fight.
Yeah, it's like Obi-Wan doing the unnecessary spin movement. Ryu catches the clawed hand and forces it to touch a button that then opens the door to the locker room furnace.
Which I was thinking, something very familiar about all this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, because we've seen
Commando.
fucking Matrix and Bennett and another fucking D'Souza script having this same blocking.
Yep.
And it's worthwhile that there's a furnace in the locker room.
Yeah, thank God there's a fucking incinerator in the locker room.
Ryu pushes Vega's bemasked face toward the heat, and we hear metal sizzling on skin.
That was kind of gross.
Yeah.
Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking.
Vega kicks backward and rips the mask off, showing his now scarred face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sagat seems to have Ken on the ropes.
That's when Ken hit him with that little pathetic.
Yeah, but Ken fights back and delivers the pussiest dragon punch you've ever seen. It's like lame.
The actor clearly didn't even believe in it.
No.
No.
Can you just do
He's
this?
just like, uppercut. His feet never left the ground.
Give me the words, man. Shoryuken.
Back over to Vega and Ryu. Ryu knocks off Vega's claw and finishes him off with a hurricane kick.
Yeah.
But that the
Half of a hurricane kick.
Yeah,
He's not flying. He's not flying across a screen for.
He does one spin.
Yeah.
Man, they should have leaned into that.
I know, right?
shit.
If you're gonna be
We're
campy,
here to
be
see
campy.
This is a
I'm
movie
saying,
for
like,
fans of that video
They
game.
Yeah.
did not have the money for the effects to do any of that.
I think because they
They-
blew it all on dumb shit like
And
those
on
spikes,
cocaine.
the spikes that rose up out of the ground, and
They
like
flew-
the stealth boat.
They flew JCVD out of that thing. That could have been wires used for a hurricane kick.
Agreed.
Or for Chun-Li to flip over and like.
We have the technology.
Yeah.
So Ken knocks Sagat out. He and Ryu roll out. Back in the command center.
Roll
Dude, that
Bison-
Ken and Sagat fight, I gotta say, was fucking hot garbage,
It
man.
sucked.
Like it was nothing good about that. And then there's the moment where like Ken leaves the statue with him,
Yeah,
and he's like,
take this as payment.
"Take this, I owe you. If I had met
Boo.
you, I might have become you."
That's a bridge too far. It's like the moment where Ken was like, "I'm gonna bail," was like there's not enough to build on to be like, I could have become you.
For 2 whole minutes.
Yeah. Boo.
Everything was
I've
at stake.
redeemed.
Yeah. In the command center, Bison's still fighting dirty with the Force Lightning. He's talking a lot about him being a god and tells Guile it might be a
Dude,
good time to pray to his
That
god.
was the good shit. We
Yeah.
needed that version of Bison from Act 1.
From Jump.
There was some straight up biblical quotation there.
He quoted the book of Luke.
Well, and
Yeah,
he
man.
realizes maybe this is the moment that he realizes that he's evil and has become that.
He quotes
like-
the Gospel of Luke while gearing up for the Psycho Crusher to end all Psycho Crushers.
I mean, for I beheld Satan as he fell from heaven like lightning.
If he was going to quote anything, though, like lightning was convenient.
That's what's in the Bible, I think, too.
Yeah.
Well,
it
but
is.
like the line of like lightning being in there was convenient with his electricity. But like if he was going to
That's where
quote
to
anything,
deliver lightning.
Paradise Lost would
Yeah.
have been what he should have quoted because Satan is the hero of Paradise
Right.
Lost.
Okay.
Like it's weird to say that, but like as my
Not when you
English
worship the
degree,
devil.
my English, well, hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
My English degree tells me that Satan was the hero of Paradise
Right.
Lost. And like that was what should have been quoted, but maybe D'Souza's not into that. I don't
I don't
know.
know. It's kind of badass for Bison to quote Jesus
I
before,
love-
before he delivers the final
Fair
Psycho
enough.
Crusher.
Dude, I loved what Raul Julia was doing on all this shit. He's like,
Yeah.
you came here prepared to fight a man. Instead, you found a god.
Yeah, no faulting Julia.
Yeah.
He's like, that's
His
the
delivery
Bison
was-
that I know from the video games. Is like, yeah, he's a god walking the earth.
And we
Yeah.
can't also forget that Skeletor said basically that same fucking
Oh,
line
hell
in,
yes.
in Masters of the Universe.
Well, when you get a Shakespearean type actor in there, they
You gotta go
bring
for it.
that.
So right as Bison's about to deliver the Psycho Crusher to end all, at the last second, Guile does a series of JCVD's signature move, the jumping, spinning roundhouse kick.
Yes.
And he just does this 3 or 4 or 5 times. Just
Well, they
over
show
and
it a
over
bunch.
again.
Do you think it was just one single kick though?
I thought he was just
was like,
getting them off. I think that he was doing a fucking hurricane
like a
kick.
hurricane kick, a rapid fire.
Yeah. So he sends
Okay.
Bison flying into the TV array, which electrocutes him for good and all, and causes the room to just explode.
Yeah. That's
And
a lot
now-
of cathode
I
rays.
guess,
Cathode
magnets and
rays.
fire.
CRTs have a lot of energy. They are
Okay.
dangerous as shit.
Oh, really?
And all
Oh,
the
yeah.
magnets.
It occurred like on my 10th viewing. This when it finally clicked. I was like, would there be a huge fireball? Like,
Maybe.
off
I don't
of-
know.
I don't know. It was just like, we never questioned it. But I'm
So,
like,
like,
I don't know
old-
if there should have been a huge fireball. in
Old
this
CRT
moment.
TVs, like the transformer that's in them, like contains a lot of power.
Mhm.
And like they are a shock danger. You're not supposed
Oh,
to
wow,
open
okay.
an old TV. It is a like kill you level of
Wow.
electricity that is
Okay.
like maintained within a CRT. And so like
That makes sense.
it makes sense that he would die.
No, it would. I could see that. I'm just not sure about the huge like
Yeah.
ball of flame.
Yeah, flame.
Like what
maybe
is,
not.
that comes from like gasoline or something.
That also happened when the Emperor was tossed down the shaft in the second
a
Death
huge
Star.
energy
Yeah.
release. Yeah.
Yeah,
So anyways,
never
Guile
toss
runs
someone
out, he
down a
yells,
shaft.
Bison, you're off the air.
It happened.
Anyway,
Boo.
whatever just happened has caused an energy field to become unstable.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that means.
We don't even know.
They're like a meltdown is
What
imminent.
the hell does that even mean?
I don't know what the hell that means.
Meanwhile, Cammy, Balrog, and Chun-Li appear to have located the door to the hostage chamber. Balrog punches it open.
Pit door.
And they usher the hostages out.
What the fuck? Like, Cammy was like, hold on, I can open this door. And he's like, no, step aside and just punches it.
Fuck it.
Like, that's way more likely to just fucking break it.
I wish that he
it'll
just
never...
yelled, America, and punched the thing.
Fuck
Yeah.
it. So when the chamber door opens and the hostages come running out, you got fucking Chun-Li is emotional. Like, she's like wiping tears away. And it was like, that's a fucking weird moment. I think it's payoff to the whole, like she had mentioned earlier, like you were enslaving people in my village.
I feel like that's an editing issue. Like, who knows what she was feeling?
The actress?
No,
The
I think there was
actress in the
probably
moment.
a lot more
Yeah.
to her backstory that they might have shot or scripted and then got those scenes
I feel
got
like she was
removed
carrying
before
that,
she filmed it. But I think there was meant to be this is your resolution to your story arc is you freed a bunch of people like your village never got free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But they didn't earn that, and an editor needed to realize
the editor or
we
D'Souza
can't
didn't
have
earn that.
her
Yeah.
wiping tears
Agreed.
away.
Yeah, I agree with that. So elsewhere, E Honda is unleashing the 100-hand slap on Zangief. Just then,
smacking the shit out of him.
The good guys run by, and Chun-Li's like, "We have no time. We must go." Zangief notices DJ down the hall with the box from Bison's safe.
Like quickly changing out of his clothes.
And we hear the computer say that a superconductor field meltdown is happening.
Nonsense.
The computer's been programmed to say that. That message has been programmed
There's
to
just
play
some lady in the
automatically.
basement that says things.
Everyone needs to leave, though. Back with DJ and Zangief, DJ clarifies, "Hey, man, you know Bison's the bad guy, right? and that
Are
if
we
you're
the
smart,
baddies?
you're going to save your own ass." Zangief seems genuinely surprised by
I love
this.
Zangief. He's like, why are you fighting for him if you know he's bad? He's like, because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron.
Yeah.
You got paid?
DJ says that he was getting paid, and Zangief's like, "You got paid?"
Nice laugh, man. This dude, Andrew Brzezinski, had solid comedy. My man had solid comedy chops.
Yeah, I felt good about him.
He and DJ were like good comedic.
Earlier when he was like, "That's beautiful."
Yeah, it was
When
awesome.
he was giving. He's had a lot of moments.
They're the Bebop and Rocksteady of this movie.
Totally
Nice.
are. That's a great reference. So cut to Guile entering the laboratory again looking for Blanca. Meanwhile, the other good guys have almost led the hostages out of the compound, but the door starts to close as part of the meltdown protocol, I guess.
That's when there was that weird, a little catty moment, like between Chun-Li
talking
and,
about each other's
and
hair.
Cammy, and she's like,
A nice
pigtails,
pigtails.
really?
Bitch.
And it's like, that's weird. First of all, it's weird timing in the context of the movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, our lives are on the line. We need to get the fuck out. But it's also, like, it struck me as, like, being misogynist.
Yeah.
And, like, this is the first moment that it felt like they're being made to act, like, girly
Agreed.
rather than just badasses.
Agreed.
And it sort of bothered me. And
If anything, I would have hoped that they would have built each other up.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, like, let's, like, girl power this shit and
These men are
whatever.
incompetent. T-Hawk is useless. Why is he even here?
You're the powerful journalist. You're the powerful, like, second in command
Like,
of
they
the
could have
goddamn army.
high-fived and had that
Yeah.
fucking moment. Or,
So, so the door is closing. Just before it closes, Zangief catches it and lifts it up, allowing
how the
everyone
fuck
to get out.
did he get ahead of them all?
He knew a back way.
He must have.
Yeah.
He's in his undies now.
Incredible.
Yeah, he
Redemption.
is in his Zangief costume now.
Redemption for Zangief. Earlier,
Absolutely.
and
This is his sloth love chunk moment.
and he was down in he was in his little skivvies, right?
Yeah.
And earlier he's like telling DJ, "Why are you out of uniform?" And it's like, dude, you're wearing like a fucking like Daisy Dukes or some cutoffs or
Yeah.
some shit.
So back inside, DJ is using secret ways out, but is caught by Sagat, he's like, "I'm going that way too, brah." In the lab, Guile runs into Dhalsim, now bald.
Now he's lost all his hair.
Okay.
Now bald.
We don't understand it, but
it's a pretty rough skull cap, and Blanca's there. Guile's like, "Hey, we need to escape before the whole place explodes." Blanca's like, "Nah, man, I can't go back, not like this."
not like this.
Yeah. Dhalsim tells Guile, "Don't worry. Blanca's not going to die alone. I'll be with him to atone for my part in turning him into a monster."
I don't know.
I'm a monster.
Oh, Buster.
This is weird, yeah. Where he's
Yeah.
like,
So
you said you said you did nothing wrong. With good men do nothing, then evil. That's evil enough.
I mean, like,
it's like just got really fucking
why don't
philosophical.
y'all just like run out and live better lives?
Straight up quoting Edmund Burke.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If good, all that is needed for evil to win, or that type shit?
Yeah. I mean, I know that from
Good
Shaun
men to do nothing. Or
I know
whatever.
that from Shaun of the Dead, thankfully, but it's on a beer mat.
But it is like this just turned.
Why don't
weird.
you guys? You need to escape, and it's so dumb that Dhalsim's like, yeah, we're just both going to commit suicide.
We're gonna
together.
cuddle up and die. Although I guarantee you, if there had been a sequel, they would have
They
survived.
both been in it. Yeah. The compound starts to blow up around everyone. We see the good guys minus Guile plus Zangief and the hostages outside making it down the hill.
Yeah.
As the clock counts down 3, 2, 1, we see Guile still inside
He's
running out of the
right
lab.
in the fucking core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside,
Why is he so far behind them? I don't understand.
I don't know. Outside, huge explosion. Everyone thinks Guile went up with the building. We get a shot of DJ and Sagat swimming to safety with the box in the river.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see all Bison's troops surrendering. Did you guys note the AN troops absolutely manhandling those dudes?
Oh, yeah. I thought to myself, like, they're kind of roughing them up a little bit.
It was hysterical. I did not remember that, but it seems a little like overkill.
Guile and AN and Bison and Shadaloo are no different.
Yeah,
They're
that's
just
true.
two sides of the same coin. And like we've decided that Guile is the good guy, but like
he's Bison.
He is Bison.
Yeah.
He has no good.
With no force lightning.
He wants to win.
He was a warmonger.
He is.
So we cut back to Sagat, now shirtless, iconic scar showing, and DJ are on the riverside. Sagat opens up the chest to reveal Bison bucks, which he's throwing in the air, laughing hysterically, and DJ is like inconsolable. And
that's
crying.
kind of a solid payoff, though, I thought. Like, that's the ending they deserve.
DJ, I feel, is the most relatable of all the characters in this movie.
He's like, I'm just here. I thought I was just
here for the
job.
money. I'll do evil things for money. I don't know.
We cut over to 90% of the characters from the video game hanging out with each other and mourning Guile.
Zangief is not being taken into custody.
Completely forgiven.
I guess he's like earned his. He held the door open.
I think
so
Cammy had she had the power to make that call.
You're a useful idiot. You're on our side.
Well, it is true. I like that moment where he's like, he just didn't realize he was like with the bad guys.
Like a lot of Nazis didn't.
Yeah.
So just then we hear coughing from the smoke. Guile emerges from the carnage. Everyone is ecstatic that he's alive. Cammy starts crying.
This is the moment I feel like you mentioned the other day.
Where he's like touching her face, and I was like, are they banging?
This part very intimate.
This part irritates me because he tells her to like take a note that I need a vacation or something along those lines.
Take
and I'm
a note
like,
that I need
she
a
is
vacation.
second in command, not your goddamn secretary.
Right.
Like that treatment again of the women like drives me nuts.
I agree.
So we know that Van Damme and Kylie Minogue were fucking, but now do we read it that we're Guile and Cammy fucking?
The relationship that I get between Kyle Guile.
That's his name.
That would have been good. Kyle Gooley.
that Guile, and it's more like a mentor protege relationship.
You don't touch your protege under the chin.
I don't know, man. I assume that they were like Olympians, where if you live in the Olympic Village, it's fair game. They just give you a bajillion condoms and like just go nuts.
It was uncomfortably though intimate that moment. Like you don't touch someone under the chin and raise their chin up if you're not about to kiss them.
Agreed. So then, Guile then tells Ken and Ryu that they've earned their passports back, but they're like, "No, man, we're going to stick around.
That's dumb.
We're going to stick around and make a fortune, like pulling fast ones over the locals."
I mean, take your passport back and then also help rebuild. Like, why reject that?
No, you're going to need the passports.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that they're insinuating that we don't want to leave, we want to stay.
Yeah.
Well, even then, you're still going to want.
But you still
passport.
should at least be holding your own passport.
Agreed. It's not great writing.
You can still choose to stay.
Steve, see us after about that one. Chun-Li then suggestively asks Guile for an interview, for an exclusive. He agrees on the pervy condition that she wear her Street Fighter costume.
Which is like, everyone laughs at that sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, wear that hot dress, babe.
Only if you wear the clothes that your captor gave you to wear for sex. Suddenly, there are more explosions behind them, and as Bison's compound explodes for good and all, the whole merry band strike their respective Street Fighter win poses.
It's way after that explosion, though.
Yeah.
And useless.
Well, let's not forget that temple was, I think, described as like a wonder of the ancient world.
That's
and
about
it's
right.
going up, it's collapsing, and they're all just like, celebration.
Yeah, punch.
I loved the moment, but what the one weird one is Cammy turning her back and flexing her ass to the camera, which is Cammy's celebration move, but it's like in this moment it's just weird.
Yeah. Guy combs his hair and everyone else is doing their thing and Chun-Li is jumping up in the air and we hear her laughter and then Cammy showing her ass.
Guile doesn't have enough hair.
No, not in this one.
No, he didn't have the huge flat top.
No.
And that is the end of this movie.
Yeah, man.
Wait.
But wait.
There's some extra at the end.
There's a lot of extra.
There's a post-credits.
Yeah.
There's, first off, we should say, then the credits pop up and it's for Raul, Vaya con Dios.
Right.
Which, like, respect. That's some heavy shit. Yeah, he passed away a couple months before the movie released. There's bizarre, throughout the credits, like, Good Morning Vietnam type PA announcements that are borderline offensive.
Yeah.
Some of them, sexist and whatever.
It seems like they wanted like a RoboCop type, like cynicism with the TV and media type thing, but they didn't succeed.
It's like satire.
It was not successful.
Agreed.
And then there's the
would this movie have been better if Verhoeven had directed it?
Hell yeah.
Hell, that would have been incredible. It would also have been violent as shit.
It would have been awesome.
That would have been amazing, though.
Yeah, dude. And then we had the post-credits scene with the wreckage of the control center or whatever, the control room, and Bison somehow has survived.
Right. It's a straight-up copy of Shredder popping out at the end of
the arm pops
at
up
the end of Masters of the Universe.
And then, like, the computer menu pops up, like, what now? And it, like, selected world domination or whatever. So loading up for that sequel that I guess Capcom thought was, inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was Street Fighter.
Fail.
Apparently, Van Damme had signed up for Street Fighter 2, the movie.
Yeah, sure.
They should have just started there.
Yeah, but they couldn't have. They couldn't get enough people on board to commit to it, and then the project just never got off the ground.
Until years later, there was a movie I never saw, like just a Chun-Li standalone movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That they wanted Van Damme to be in, and he was like, I'll pass.
It was a straight to video, I feel like.
Yeah.
Did it come to, okay, yeah.
Straight to DVD, sorry.
I've never seen it.
I wish they had
supposedly
started
it was
this
somehow
one.
worse than this.
Don't you kind of want them to make Street Fighter 2 now and kick ass?
I mean, I want them to reboot Street Fighter.
I think they could do a really good Street Fighter movie if they just embrace what the video game is, which is fucking fighters from all over the world coming together to kick fucking ass.
Yeah.
Make it like Mortal Kombat, like what we were saying, and just do that, and it would be awesome.
And like, don't pull your punches. Like, don't make it for kids.
Yeah.
Make it like true to whatever the game was, which wasn't as nearly as bloody. I mean, it probably was a PG-13 game.
Yeah. I mean, the game, so as a child, I think you mentioned playing this as a child.
All the time.
I was only allowed to play this one. We were not allowed to own Mortal Kombat because Mortal
Kombat
didn't even
have
had
Mortal
blood.
Kombat for Sega, right?
I think they
They did. No, the one for Sega had blood. The one for Super Nintendo they made where there was no blood unless you played it with a code.
We're talking about Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Mortal Kombat for Sega was just as violent as the arcade game.
And
the Mortal Kombat for Super Nintendo, they edited out all the blood and turned it into like sweat.
Then maybe
and
my
shit.
parents were like holding out on me and just not giving me Mortal Kombat.
I'm sure they were.
And as a child, like I wasn't smart enough or aware enough to realize that the like console versions were like not as good as the arcade versions. I thought I was playing an identical thing, but like they're not as capable as a full arcade machine.
Was it fewer bits? Was it like, was arcade games more than 16-bit?
I don't know if it
or
was
it
like,
just it had
I don't
more
know how
computing
much
power.
I don't know how much bits played into it. I don't know enough about like computers or science, but like
same girl,
both. But like I know that like I mean I think about the like Ninja Turtles game. The arcade version of Ninja Turtles was like way more powerful than the version that I had on my NES at home.
Yeah,
but I didn't know the difference. I thought they were the same
Ninja Turtle
game.
Arcade game for regular NES was badass.
Yeah, plot wise, I felt like it was good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a lot of fun to play.
We should talk, I guess, about the film's troubled.
Yeah, so this movie was made for $35 million.
It's pretty high. $8 million of that was for Van Damme alone.
Right. Took
That's
in
dumb.
nearly $100 million worldwide.
Right. It was a success globally.
And I mean, it
I think it
basically
sort of failed.
even.
It sort of
broke
failed
even
in
here.
America. You would hope
33 million domestic, and then 66 whatever worldwide.
So the non-English speaking audience was more forgiving, probably, of
as always.
how weird this is. Yeah.
Like you said, JCVD took in $8 million of the budget. He had what some might refer to as a bad drug problem.
I read it was like a $10,000 a day cocaine habit.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know how much cocaine costs or how much that is, how much that equates to, but it seems like a lot.
$1,000 a day.
$10,000.
$10,000 a day is a shit ton of cocaine.
Like a mountain of cocaine a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I would think a whole brick. Like it's amazing he's still alive.
And it's amazing that he was able to fuck Kylie Minogue, I suppose. Like that he had lead left in the pencil.
He was in turbo mode.
That's true.
Turbo.
Sonic boom.
Do you think he said that shit?
No, he never played the game.
But he finished that way.
Yeah, and I read that he had turned down the role of Johnny Cage to do this instead, which released the next year.
To me, that makes sense.
Johnny Cage would have made more sense
For him,
I think.
Was the character of Johnny Cage based on Van Damme? Is that the rumor?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The character of Johnny Cage was a film actor who wanted to prove
Like
that he
a
was actually capable of doing
Yeah.
martial arts. Like that was the plot line from Mortal Kombat for Johnny Cage.
I tell myself that if they had pitched that to Van Damme as like, but it's an ensemble piece.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I want to be the star. And
I
like
mean, what do you
the
think
Street
this
Fighter
was?
people were like willing though to say, yeah, it was an ensemble piece, but clearly Van Damme was like the leading man. Because Mortal Kombat made Liu Kang the leading man, right?
Right.
There was kind of a group. There was
He's like
Liu
probably
Kang,
like, I don't want to share the spotlight.
Johnny
like,
Cage, Sonya Blade. They were like a bunch of them were in it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But Liu Kang was like and Raiden.
The hero.
Yeah, they were the heroes.
Is Lambert as Raiden?
Yeah,
Weird.
so stupid.
Make him a white dude.
Yeah, make him a white guy.
And that was like their star power, I feel like, for the movie.
He's an older version of JCVD, in my opinion.
Well,
Was he
Lambert?
like a legit martial artist?
No, I'm just thinking like Highlander wise, like he's supposed to be playing an American, but he's got this weird accent.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this fucking movie. The story goes that D'Souza was basically asked, do you have any interest in writing a Street Fighter movie? And he's like, fuck yeah. And they said, okay, cool. Well, you're meeting Capcom tomorrow. So come up with an idea overnight. They gave him like some materials from Capcom. He looked them over, trying to figure out how do you make this story with a cast that's like completely international, and Guile has got to be the main character.
One of my least favorite characters has to be the main character. Boo.
I don't know why that Capcom decided that. Although I think it's because they had cast Van Damme already.
He couldn't be Ryu.
He couldn't be anyone else. He could have been Ken.
Maybe.
I guess, but you could never have Ken be the lead character.
Yeah, that would have
he's
sucked.
secondary by design.
Yeah, he is Ryu's sidekick at best.
Yeah.
Right.
So he studied those materials. He's like, maybe if we did like an international sort of G.I. Joe type thing, like it would make sense that all these international combat soldiers are in the same place or whatever. He also didn't want to do a fighting tournament movie for whatever reason. I think he said he felt like there was just plenty of those that had been done already.
Wrong.
So he wrote sort of a G.I. Joe style thing. And when he pitched that idea to Capcom, they were like, fucking great. That's the direction we wanted to go
Let's sell some toys.
Yeah, exactly.
So because they had already had big plans to expand that franchise from video games to action figures and vehicles and cartoons, whatever the fuck else, more movies,
clothes.
And Capcom had a deal in place already with Hasbro that they were going to have the movie out by Christmas of the next year.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, the D'Souza wanted more time. They're like, no, man, we got to have this done by Christmas.
But I think D'Souza realized I got him over a barrel here. So I'll say, yes, I'll write your movie, but I demand to be the director also. Ooh. And they were like, yeah, sure. So D'Souza delivered a draft with 7 characters only. It was 7 of the named fighters, whatever. Sure. Capcom wanted all the characters in the movie, but D'Souza, I think, initially convinced them that 7 characters is like the max you can have and still allow everyone to have ample screen time.
Well, an 8 was the total of the first. Street Fighter 1 had 8. Right. Sorry.
I think he told him, like, look at Magnificent 7, 7 Samurai, 7 Duel. Like, that's just sort of, if it's all new characters to an audience, that's the most you can latch on to in your brain. So they went along with that, and then later we're like, we'd add 2 more characters for us. And he like agreed, and then they were like, okay, well, we want 2 more, and then we want 2 more, until everyone but fucking Fei Long was in the flick.
So dumb.
Every client ever.
Like,
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds very familiar. Been there, done that.
but it's like those characters of like Vega and Balrog, DJ, T-Hawk, they had nothing to do in this movie.
Nope.
It was just sort of like, I'll put them in, but I got nothing for them.
I feel like it's pretty clear who those original 8 were.
It had
Yeah,
to be like
definitely.
Ken and Ryu, Guile, Chun-Li, Bison, Sagat is 6.
Cammy.
Yeah.
You think Cammy was in
Oh
originally?
no, I bet she was toward the
I bet
end.
she was
'cause
a late ad.
We talked about like maybe she was a late ad with like
That's
true.
magazine
She didn't get cast
casting.
until
I
they
think,
were-
I think that whatever the role of T-Hawk and Cammy was one person that they were like, no man, you got to make that 2 characters.
It could have
Okay.
been one sidekick
One of
character
those?
for him,
Yeah.
and then maybe Vega,
I bet Vega stayed as the Street Fighter,
or like
he
we
had
want
a-
Dhalsim or something. But
Dhalsim and Blanca.
that felt
I
like
guess, are the
that
last
felt
2.
tacked on.
Yeah, I don't know.
To me. At any rate, it was a
Boo.
fucking hot mess. But I think D'Souza was sort of caught up in it. He couldn't say no.
How much did D'Souza make for this movie that he could then be like, take a break? I'm not going to work for a little while longer.
I don't know. It could not have been enough.
Yeah.
But
headache.
as I think we've mentioned in previous episodes, like Capcom then also wanted a Japanese star in a featured role. They wanted that dude. They wanted the same actor who played Sawada to play Ryu.
What?
And I think that he could barely speak English, right?
Yo,
Like
Colonel.
I think every bit of his dialogue was overdubbed
He
Yeah.
struggled.
by someone else. So I think D'Souza was telling him like, look, that's not going to work, guys. And they're like, well, we demand this actor be in there. So they created the
That's
character
insane.
of Sawada.
That
And they
is
had-
absolutely insane.
They had so many opportunities to cast Japanese characters in Japanese roles based on the game, and they just chose not to use them for any of them.
It's bizarre. But that character Sawada went on to like I mentioned, like he'd have roles in like future cartoons, and he was in that one game based on the movie.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
The game, the game
Fighter,
based on the movie, based on the game.
Supposedly though, like D'Souza kept rewriting the script over and over until it like had no resemblance to his original idea anymore.
That's a shame.
Sounds
I know.
about
I'd be
right.
curious to know how, like, what the original one was like. I bet it had to be more tolerable.
Give us the D'Souza cut.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. And production fell like then far behind schedule, like immediately,
hmm
due in no small part to Van Damme's cocaine habit.
And
And
Raul
is
Julia
like-
being
and they're
sick.
Thailand.
Well, he like wouldn't come on set. They'd be like,
Right.
"I won't appear on set until I'm ready."
He'd only come in Kylie Minogue.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
Oh, zinger. Cut
Damn
that.
it! I wonder if she regrets that.
I bet.
Maybe, I don't know. You know, sometimes hopefully you come away from experiences and just be like, you know what, that was a moment in my life, and I
They may have
Unless-
liked each other a whole lot, and it was
that's,
fine.
Maybe that song was all about him. I just can't get you out of my head.
awesome.
It may have been just very amicable and whatever, and then they were like, "All right, movie's over. See you later. Bye."
Well, the other elephant in the room was like you had Raul Julia and failing health.
Yeah,
I think, as we've also mentioned, like you had the plan of we'll get him on set, we'll shoot all the combat scenes at the very end, and we had a chance to train people up. But I think then once Raul showed up, and they realized, oh, he's kind of rough, and he's only going to get rougher as we go along. We have to bump all the fighting up to shoot at the very beginning,
Yeah.
and it's like, so now you have dudes who haven't even been trained
right.
to fight. I don't know, but production was a fucking disaster. Like Van Damme and his $10,000 a day cocaine habit, they gave him a handler to try to keep him out of trouble, and it said the handler
Made it
developed a
worse.
cocaine problem.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's fucking amazing, dude. Also, yeah, he's banging Kylie Minogue all over the place.
Who apparently she was well liked on set, from what I
Yeah,
read.
I think
That
she was a hard ass worker.
She
and,
seems lovable.
and she like delivered a really like Cammy, I feel like was a tacked on character, and she made it feel like an important character.
Yeah, and her
agreed.
performance was good. Like I was surprised.
Yeah, I'm like,
Mhm.
I was stunned. Apparently, others in the cast and crew had like been running wild with Thai hookers.
I
Like
read that too. That they like couldn't get anyone on schedule because people would just disappear.
everyone
Yeah.
was late, and like they
I
were
got an
keeping these
appointment.
massage parlors were like running around the clock or whatever. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, supposedly on day 10 of production, they were 6 days behind already.
hell.
That didn't take long.
Like, oh my god! So apparently, D'Souza's strategy was like, oh, if we're behind, I'll just fucking tear a page out of the script and we'll start shooting the next page and we'll fix the other. We'll do reshoots later.
That's so crazy.
To have a line or two to fix what needs fixing. That doesn't work. Also, I think we mentioned there were like power blackouts on the set in Thailand. Like the Thailand infrastructure was for shit.
Right.
The decision was made like, we got to just. This is gone off the rails. We got to move the whole production to Australia. So I think they packed up everything and moved to Australia.
It's bonkers.
And that's why some of the sets look different
Always.
in other scenes than whatever. But the second unit also, as I mentioned, was like shooting fight scenes on the side. And like, then I think D'Souza saw it and was like, where's all the fucking video game moves? And the second unit director is like, oh yeah, those just didn't look realistic, so I didn't shoot them. So he's like, but it's not realistic. It's a fucking video game.
You had one job.
I mean, I guess that's a consequence of being an early video game movie.
Right.
That like it doesn't make a lot of sense for these people. They want it to seem realistic.
Well, you get some
quite tie-
coordinators who are used to trying to make it look hyper realistic.
And it's pre-Matrix, it's pre Crouching Tiger, and so like the concern being that like if it's not realistic enough, like I get that a little bit, but also like you're making a movie based on something fucking bonkers. So like just
it's a cartoon.
Go all in.
You're making a cartoon.
What I had seen was that at the end they had like 20 pages of things that needed to be reshot, and they gave them 3 days in Vancouver to reshoot as much as they could.
Boo.
It's like, oh boy.
I can't even
imagine.
imagine.
The finished product is a fucking hot mess.
Why did they give them Vancouver as the location?
I don't know, man, because it's
better
cheap.
weather.
Whatever. They have studios, but
Canada.
Then the MPAA got involved.
Ooh.
Right?
With ratings.
And said like they got a hold of it. They said, whoa, there's way too much blood and violence in this movie. This is an R. You know, I think the studio needed a PG-13 though.
Yeah.
I think there had just been like a school shooting or something, and the MPAA was like, whoa, this is like a kid's movie. Like this is way too violent for a kid's movie in the wake of a school shooting. So this is an R.
Every moment is the wake of a school shooting in the United States.
Welcome.
Oh fuck yeah! It was different in '94. Now
That's
it's
dark.
Like,
sorry.
It's true.
It's accurate. So the version that D'Souza tells is that they started chopping out action and violence and blood and guts and bad language
Street fights
over and over again, and the MPA kept saying it's an R, until finally they turned in a version, and then the MPA was like, okay, it's a G. And they were like,
wait, what?
That's
we
what
skipped a step.
Yeah.
That's what D'Souza says. I don't know.
Maybe they cut out the extended Guile Minogue sex scene.
Shit. But he says like, well, fuck, a G rating is like, that's as bad as an R. Like kids aren't going to want to come and like the fans of the video game aren't going to want to see a G-rated Street Fighter movie. So his version is that they went and added back in that scene of Van Damme saying like 4 years of ROTC for this shit. Like, and that got him back up to a PG-13.
That's
but
insanity.
There was a whole lot of other stuff, bad language and like anytime, dickhead.
Or people being
like,
executed.
So this was given a PG-13?
This was released as a PG-13.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I must have only seen, I feel like I saw this in the theater, but maybe my parents were with me because I was 9 when this movie came out. So
I was like 12. I mean,
I would not have been able to go by myself.
I think I went with maybe a dad and several friends.
Okay.
Type situation.
Maybe that makes sense because I'd seen a PG-13 movie. It was just like a vetted movie.
And I don't know that I even buy that story because there was so much other PG-13 material in the film. So either D'Souza exaggerates or maybe they added more back in.
Sure.
After they were like, well, now that we've got our PG-13, can we add in some more bad language?
Some of both, maybe.
Whatever.
Who knows?
Also, I should have mentioned this earlier. This shit was confusing as hell to Japanese audiences.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the Japanese version of Street Fighter, the character known as M. Bison by us was called Vega, right?
Yep.
The character that we know as Vega was Balrog in their games, and the character that we know as Balrog was Mike Bison in Japan.
like the boxer Mike Tyson, I feel like I read somewhere.
Okay.
And they changed it for Western release of the game because they felt like Mike Tyson would sue them because the character is clearly a ripoff of Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. And if he's just Mike Bison, then whatever. But when this came to Japan, the audiences are like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Who are these people?
Wait, Bison is the bat. I don't understand anything anymore.
My whole world's been turned upside down.
This is just
spinning star kick.
This is a fucking train wreck of everything about it. I feel like was a fucking wreck, man.
This movie wasn't produced by Canon is a miracle.
It's so fun and good.
This should have been the nail in Cannon's coffin.
It should have been.
Yeah,
they probably viewed it as a success.
Yeah, like, monetarily,
we tripled our money. That's good enough.
Action figures sold like hotcakes.
It didn't spawn any sequels, which must have been because of all the fucking behind the scenes shit.
I read that, like even D'Souza said that they left out the part in the theatrical release of Bison coming back.
Oh, that wasn't on the theatrical release? Why? Because Julia was dead? And,
I bet.
So they only added it for home video?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting. I didn't see that.
I bet they made their money back in Street Fighter, the movie, the game alone.
They did too. In merchandising?
Or
absolutely.
fucking like fast food, whatever fast food franchise they were tied in with, they probably did fine.
They probably did great.
Yeah.
You can't make another one without Raul Julia, but like...
Unless you said, he was fucking horribly mangled in the explosion and everything like that. So now it's
then put a
different actor, or he's got a mask or whatever.
Well, I remember Bison having like all white eyes, so like maybe it just like fucks with his face, and they've got another guy, and I don't know.
A lot of times in the
could
animes,
have, I suppose, but I think it was just such a. If Van Damme was that much of a mess, on set, I could also see why they're just like, we're gonna cut and run. We'll just do cartoons from now on, you guys.
Absolutely
makes sense.
You know, talk a second about 1994.
Okay.
Number one worldwide, Lion King.
Great.
Made nearly $1 billion, which is like, that's 10 fucking
that's 1/20
Street
of what
Fighters,
Bison wanted.
right? Number two that year was Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
Best Picture winner, Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Number three globally was True Lies. Our boy Arnold, baby. Love it. Number four, The Flintstones.
That movie sucked.
I never have seen it. I'm sure it's terrible.
John Goodman, Rick
awful.
Moranis,
Rosie O'Donnell,
Elizabeth Perkins, and Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Love Elizabeth Perkins. If you're listening, I love you.
It hurt.
And then The Mask and Speed were the next highest. A couple of R-rated action movies.
Those were really fucking good. I loved The Mask.
I thought it was okay. I think Ace Ventura also came out the year, but didn't make as much money.
Well, and if you're talking about
the year before,
if you're talking about like, not judging based on money but quality, Pulp Fiction
was in the top 10, which is incredible considering how little it cost.
Right.
The Shawshank Redemption is also that year.
That made no money in the theaters.
We're also in competition for Best Picture that year, and the Shawshank Redemption is the magnificent film.
It is great. Everyone loves it. It made no money in theaters. I think it discovered its life on cable television.
Yeah. It absolutely did, which is a shame. Like I don't understand.
They just must not have done a shit job of marketing
it.
Other movies that we should mention that came out in 94, Junior.
Ooh. Arnold,
pregnant Arnold.
Arnold got
DeVito,
two that year.
Part 2.
Yeah. The Specialist came out with Stallone, which I've never seen that one.
I don't
think I have either.
Yeah. Time Cop also came out, I think, in the summer of that year.
Yeah.
Color of Night with Bruce Willis. It was kind of like an X-rated.
I don't know.
I think Willis's dick might have been in the movie.
What?
I've never seen it. I think it was like
It
was like a noir type mystery thriller shit. Stargate.
I liked that movie.
I loved the first Stargate. Yeah, dude. Spader and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The flattest of flat tops.
It was.
Yeah, he has the flat top that Guile should have had.
Absolutely.
He could have been Guile.
He would have been a good
awesome.
Guile.
He would have been an awesome Guile, and you make Van Damme like just a completely new character.
Yeah.
He could have been Charlie.
Or it just could have been Sawada. Like, he's the new guy, because you almost need a fish out of water.
Yeah.
To have the exposition. Like, you need a Neo.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't really know what's going on.
He could have been Bison.
Ooh. That was before I think you'd cast the A-lister as the villain days. But that would have been
It would have been interesting.
Yeah. He could have done it.
It
would have made sense for Bison to be
Give
European.
him dark hair and everything. Yeah, it would have been kind of rad.
And it would have been awesome to finally see Van Damme as a bad guy.
Yeah.
So do it again.
And
do Street Fighter again and make Van Damme Bison.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm into it. I don't know if he's got the moves anymore.
He doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to.
It's all CG
Psycho
now.
Crush.
It's facts. Also, that came out that year, a couple more. Yeah, Pulp Fiction we mentioned. The Crow came out that year. I like
nice.
The Crow. And Clear and Present Danger, another action-ish movie, came out that year. I love those Jack Ryan movies.
Yeah, man, they're good.
That's like those hyper-realistic shit.
It makes you nervous. It's like, shit, the warheads could go off.
Yeah. But Clear and Present Danger was nice. Anyway, that's 94 in a nutshell. Street Fighter in
How do we feel?
excruciating detail.
I feel like I've been hurricane kicked in the face.
I'm exhausted.
I am as well.
I feel like I'm still waiting for a street fight to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
there were approximately 2 fights, and then Chun-Li running all over the damn place. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Bison versus Guile, and then
Ken
sort
and Ryu
of
versus Sagat
that
and
double
Vega.
2-on-2 fight.
Chun-Li versus Bison in a
And random-
perfect victory,
Oh,
except
and then
for
Zangief versus E Honda.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it all happened in about 8 minutes of film.
and only like 2 or 3 of those characters even knew any martial arts.
And nothing on the street.
No.
No.
Not one thing in a street. No cats. No elephants.
Nothing
Well,
in
we did
front
have
of-
an elephant, but not in the fight.
None
Nothing
of
in front of
amazing elephant celebrations.
nothing in front of a market. No cars beat up.
No.
Yeah, they I feel like they missed the mark. I don't think they delivered what fans of the video game would have wanted to see.
No. Agreed.
But they,
This is a war movie.
but they gave us a movie worth coming back to.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
totally agree.
If it had just been a remake of Bloodsport, then I don't know if we're talking about it.
I don't know.
Maybe we would be. I don't know.
I think Andrew was right a couple of episodes ago that if this had been made ahead of Mortal Kombat, if they could have put their spin on this genre of the street fight movie, the tournament movie, and really gone after it like Mortal Kombat did, that people would have ate it up.
And I think they would have gotten a couple sequels out of it.
Yeah,
Definitely, because
Like-
then you just add more characters, add more like
yeah. Or the
like-
prequel, the Alpha.
Yeah.
Like
Well, where
absolutely
they
bring
fucked
in.
up was trying to have every fucking character
Yeah.
in this one
Yeah.
movie.
If Marvel has taught us nothing, and I know a lot of people love Marvel, and some of them are really fun. It's like I can't concentrate. There's so many people in this movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're only in it for 10 seconds, and
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. Like,
Yeah, Marvel taught us introduce them one at a time and then bring them all together at the end.
right.
Which was what D'Souza wanted to do. So
Right.
credit to D'Souza.
He
If
knew
they
what
had
was
just kept the core characters in this, and maybe you even kill a couple off, and then say all the DJs and camis and shit, those can come in the sequel.
Yeah.
Because it's overwhelming.
Mhm.
If you were going to see this movie and you didn't know shit about the video games, you would have been really lost.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
imagine that if you just went in cold and you're like, what the fuck is happening? I feel like I'm in a fucking fever dream.
Why are these guys wearing Darth Vader helmets?
Why is
Who
no
is-
one now this guy's flying?
Where the hell is Shadaloo?
Yeah, it's just all sorts of weird.
Yeah,
Weird
it's out of
on weird
control.
on weird. Anyway, that's
That
Street
was it,
Fighter.
man.
Holy fucking shit.
Good.
We
night.
did it.
We did it. I didn't think we could. I've been psycho crushed.
Andrew, we got a t-shirt for you in the other room. It says, I came to Atlanta for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was after an excellent pub crawl yesterday that we
Oh,
enjoyed.
hell
And
yeah.
Again, I'm very grateful to have been on the podcast. I look forward to listening to these. I listen to God damn it. I listen to all of them. I've been the last I listened to was Passenger 57. That's the ones that are
Yeah, this will be the
airing at
very
this
next
time.
thing coming out.
So yeah, I mean, I love you. I love you both.
Oh, brother, we love you too, man.
That's why we do
it's
it
a
for
good
you,
listen.
buddy. Brian
Yeah.
Adams style.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And we hope you guys are enjoying it. We hope you that your inner child is lashing out irrationally like ours is. As we've
And
done
we
these
will
movies.
revisit. I want whatever we do next. I feel like we should touch on Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, we'll bring
There's
back
plenty in the catalog.
Yeah, we will return to the well. It's time.
Yes.
It's been too long.
All right. So until then, we'll be back.